My fear of failure is when I am successful and family not being there to reap the benefits of it. Because, you know, that's my
one of my biggest failure. I literally might cry. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Firsties. I'm your host, Mila.
And I'm your host, Mela.
If you're new here, if you're a firstie,
we're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
We like to laugh, kiki, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
With a mic. Are we going to sing every single time now?
For sure. It's becoming a thing now.
Should we?
Yeah. We're like, let's do a Happy Halloween harmonize.
Yes, this is our Halloween episode. If you can tell from our attire.
If you can see the matching BJs. It's not polka dots, guys. It's
from far away, it's really giving polka dot.
Yeah, but hopefully the camera was going to pick it up.
Or giving Snapchat. Yeah.
Right. We look like we love Snapchat. We're avid Snapchat haters, guys.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Please leave us alone.
Okay.
Should we first get into the recap of getting these?
Oh my God, yes. And you guys are going to see the full vlog
on correct.
Firsties Plus. Guys, our plan for our Halloween episode, we're going to do so many duo
such good intentions
characters. Like we're like, okay, we're gonna go to the mall, Spirit Halloween, DIY, blah 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 blah. We're so lazy and so impatient. We walked into Spirit Halloween.
I did not think she was exactly like me. We're online shoppers.
Yeah, I think we never talked about how we what type of shoppers we are. We're both online shoppers. I don't do in-person thing at all. I cannot be bothered. Literally walked in, we're exhausted. We're just like, it's looking
10 minutes and I said, it's wraps.
Yeah, it's going to be a onesie.
You found these, or like, let's just do, I'm like, let's do it.
We're going to do a skeleton before this.
Yeah, so we still look cute. It's still on
she's
brand.
Cute, she's festive, so that's all that matters.
Exactly.
And we tried for y'all. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
And y'all going to see how much we tried.
Yeah, it's literally it's documented.
5 minutes.
It's documented. Before we get into this episode, thank you so much for everyone who's listening this. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Be safe this weekend. Make good choices.
For sure. Hopefully the fits turn out amazing.
Yeah. I told you off camera before, like Halloween, I swear, is a time where it's the only time I miss college.
Yeah.
Because it's a time where you could dress up.
Like a college. And then your friends come from different colleges. Was your school like a Halloween school?
I went to ODU. Yes.
Yeah, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
They went kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So but VCU does too.
VCU, people from Tech came to VCU mostly.
You remember one time you were like, oh my God, like, but ODU gives boy? When you said that, I understood. I never heard that. VCU does give for the girlies.
Like, is it like a Halloween thing?
Yeah, it is.
ODU is like for the men right now.
Right. Yeah. And I when you said, I was like, that, I don't know why, but that does make sense.
It's like the smoking college. VCU's the drinkers, you know?
Yeah.
JMU also the drinkers, I think.
Correct.
Yeah, in my head, it's literally just VCU, ODU, Tech.
And Tech.
Yeah.
A little sprinkle of UVA, but I'm like,
y'all JMU never crossed my mind.
And
sorry, guys.
And Tech is almost like because it's so far away. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's only because like my best friend went to Tech, so I was like,
gotcha.
Obviously Tech is
there
too.
And Mason, who? No, I'm joking.
literally, like that's literally how my mind goes too.
But so before, thanks again for anyone who's listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. Thank you for being here again. Please be safe this weekend. I'm not gonna be outside. Maybe y'all are.
Right.
Make good decisions. Yes. Have all the fun, but again, make great decisions. Okay. So we're getting into this episode. Would you like to introduce the topic, or do you want me to?
So obviously, you guys can see our attire, our fits, the ghost, and we're gonna get into spooky things in general, basically.
Correct. In general.
But we're gonna start off by talking about ghosting and the spooky reality behind it. I guess.
So. Let me ask you this, Hermelli. Have you ghosted? Are you guilty of ghosting?
Well, I think I am, but I've grown now.
Like, I love how she said she thinks she is. She absolutely have done it. And
no,
so
I have ghosted like a while ago. Like,
correct.
I used to be like I used to be a ghoster.
It's definitely like a juvenile thing to do. Let's be honest. Like we could be adults,
but that was like in college. But now I'm like I'm forced to like have conversations. So like I don't think I've ghosted.
I'm forced to be an adult.
Yeah, I'm like fuck. Like I don't want to. I think it's because I got ghosted too, and I'm like that shit hurts. I'm like I don't want to ghost someone else unless I have to. Unless you're forcing my hand, I'm not ghosting.
You've been ghosted before?
I haven't. Yeah.
Why is that very hard to believe?
Because it's like you ghosted me, you came back. And then ghost me again. So actually, I've been ghosted.
I don't think that's the definition of ghosting.
What do you mean?
Ghosting is like no form of communication afterwards. Deuces. Are you saying he did not talk to you or she? And then
or she.
Like friend. Ghosting could be a friend too.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like relationship.
No, that too. But ghosting could be. I could ghost you by not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hard to.
But then we just never speak ever again.
But you're saying that nigga spin the block?
Yeah. It's not even a ghosting. Like, actually, I have been ghosted. The second time was a ghosting, not the first time. Gotcha. The first time was like, I literally just went crazy and I was just like, remove you on everything before you even get to fucking text.
No, see, it's crazy because that was my initial response, but what did he do? You probably did that for a specific reason.
Oh, exactly.
Usually when women ghost, it's a safety... I'm being dead ass. I'm not trying to just have the girls back.
No, it's not a safety thing.
It's a safety concern.
It was just like a disrespect thing.
Gotcha. Boundary was crossed.
Exactly.
But we're talking ghosting in a lighthearted, like, nothing went wrong, nothing, you just ghosted. Like, you weren't feeling it, and you literally ghosted.
Yeah. I think I've been ghosted, but I haven't been ghosted with, like, a person that I really like, so it didn't hurt. Because I didn't care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I haven't been like where I'm like, I'm in love with you, obsessed with you, and then you ghosted me.
Never me.
Yeah, I think so, actually. Maybe that guy. I might have been ghosted. One person.
Yeah, everyone's been ghosted.
One person. No. I'm saying like the one that hurt had to be just one. It's like, yeah, him for sure.
Mine actually was more recent. And you know who I'm talking about, but we're not going to say it on camera. Where I was just like, oh.
No, I'm sorry. He was a weirdo.
You have to say that.
He's weird. Yeah, like
you have to say that.
I have to.
Because you're my girl, but that one hurt. That stung a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more of the like, your brain just wonders.
Yes.
Because that's the part of ghosting that sucks is that it's just like, wait, what?
And you like,
did I read into it? Like girls question ourselves.
And then you get like hung up on like the potential. I think that's the one thing.
Give me a seed of potential. I could build off of that into it.
Exactly. I think the only reason why, like, I only think about like that one scenario of ghosting is like I really like the person. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, you like the person that you made up in your head.
Oh, exactly. Like I imagined a way with that man because it's like when there's like lack of interaction in person too. Yeah, girl, I was in my own world, like literally Alice in Wonderland. In my dating world, whatever.
That is my downfall, and also our imagination, because we're creatives, that's where we can go.
Exactly.
But in dating, it's just like I would literally I can't say more without.
Yeah. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. But I think that's when like it hurt the most because I was like, oh my god, we could have been all that.
Yeah, and he probably wasn't all that, babes.
He's not now.
Because clearly, when he goes, like, come on,
exactly.
The guy who's for you is not going to ghost you.
Exactly. My future husband would never ghost me.
Yeah, so but I've been guilty of ghosting as well. Literally not in the last. Definitely not in my late 20s. Definitely not my late 20s now.
Yeah.
Definitely early 20s, college for sure, because guys will come at me crazy, and I'm like, stranger danger.
Honestly, sometimes like you're asking for it.
Have you blocked someone before?
Oh, multiple. My block list goes crazy. Actually,
really?
Yeah, because it just goes crazy.
I mean, I like do what you gotta do, but okay.
But it's like, it's just like disrespect or like cross the boundary, and I'm like, all right, no.
Then I respect it. Yeah.
Well, I remove people more than blocking. But I do block like a bunch too.
Do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Do you think that ghosting is age appropriate? Like, is there a cutoff? Like, can you be a 35-year-old ghosting people?
No. Honestly, you can't be 24. Like, you can't be oh my god, I'm at 24. Oh, guys, I'm turning 24 in November, literally next week. But that's just insane. Because in my head, I'm like, I'm still 23.
Oh, I'm 16 and I'm 28, actually.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying 24. Anyways, at this age, you can't be ghosting. I feel like it's so childish.
It is so. You could just have an adult conversation.
Exactly.
And just be like,
and you could just be like, it's not. But I get it. It
I was trying to
go. Like, we're not compatible. It's not going anywhere.
Oh,
or whatever.
Yeah. No. I was going to say, sorry to cut you off. I was going to say, like, how about ghosting can be appropriate if he's not getting it. You know, some guys, they triple text, whatever, and you've actually made it clear, hey, I just want to stay friends, or I'm not interested, or whatever. And they're still coming off very romantic, or whatever. And it's like, oh, you're not getting it? Like, I could see why you would ghost at that point. Because, again, it just becomes like a safety issue, truly. Because I see it from my point of view. If someone's telling me they're not interested, what am I going to continue to like?
Or you're just like disregarding me saying you're not interested. It feels disrespectful now.
Feels like hate crime again.
You're clearly not listening to my choices. Do you know what I mean? So, then ghosting is necessary. Like, sometimes you have to. But at least before you do that necessary ghosting, you have to like tell them.
Do you think it's appropriate to ghost outside of a romantic relationship?
Yeah.
Like, what if you ghost a coworker? That's not appropriate.
I mean,
right?
I'm seeing them at work, so how would I be ghosting them?
Exactly. No, that's what I'm asking. Like, just ignoring
I don't think you could even ghost a coworker. Honestly, you're just not responding because you're gonna talk about it when you see them in person.
Yeah, that's true.
But with friendships, what do you feel about like friendships with like they ghost each other and they're no longer friends after that?
I feel like it's tough for. I've never ghosted a friend before.
Yeah, me either. I don't think I've ghosted.
I've never had to be in that situation.
Yeah.
No, maybe we just don't communicate as much, but there's never a beef or anything.
Maybe it's like it's like the communication like kind of just like winds down as time goes by, and then you outgrow each other.
Yeah,
because you guys are so like in completely different paths, and then it's like a point of no return. Now it's like we've outgrown each other.
Right?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever ghosted a friend.
Oh my god, I've been ghosted as a friend though.
Yeah. I'm joking. What happened?
Literally, I don't even know what happened actually to this day. Me and one of my friends. I feel like if I say what happened or the person, like, it's gonna be obvious. But obviously, not like a girlfriend. Let me just say that.
Like a main one?
Huh?
Like a day one main one?
No. Like guy friend.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
it's like completely different. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, we were just like, what is going on?
Do you think it's more painful or more like hard to wrap your mind around getting ghosted by a man who you're romantically involved with, or like a girlfriend that you were?
Girlfriend. I feel like platonic friendships. Imagine like you see your friends as your sisters. Like you're my girl. If my girlfriend ghosted me, oh my god, that actually like that hurt a lot.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
For me, it would even hurt for like a girl that I'm not acquaintance with, but we're friendly, but we're just not tight. I'd be like, I would question like, oh, it's just, I just like, but you know better. Like we're girls. You should come communicate with me. With men, I'm just like, well, that's how they're going to be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like I'd be hurt a lot. If it's romantic.
Oh, getting hurt by a girlfriend is way more brutal.
If it's romantic, I'm just like, maybe you're just not my person. And that's it. But a girlfriend's like, you see your friends as your family. Do you know what I mean?
I could never
I can't imagine.
One of the homies ghosting me?
Yeah, that's insane. I'm sorry. Like, your girlfriend is insane. Even guy friends, I'm like, but it's like girlfriends, that's insane.
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely been. Oh my god! Now that I'm thinking about it, I've definitely been ghosted by a friend that was a guy. Mm-hmm. He not announced, but he told me because of the new relationship that he's in.
Yeah,
our relationship can't. Yeah. Our friendship can't
go. Did he tell you that before ghosting, or ghosted you?
Actually, I think I've told this story before. It was actually Thanksgiving Day, so it's around near this time. Okay. I get a call, and this guy is like family friends. Like my mom has helped him out in hard times, like all this stuff. Okay. He's really, really tight with our whole family, and the person he was dating at the time was just uncomfortable with how close he was with our family. He's also close with like my brother, like all this stuff. Okay. And he called me, and I said, "Hey, I thought he was saying Happy Thanksgiving." So I was like, "Hey, what's up, so and so, whatever." And he just goes into like, "Hey, Mila, how do you view me?" And I was like, "What?" I said, "I thought he was saying like, what are you grateful for?" So I was like, "Oh, I'm grateful for our friendship." Like I was like, "Wait, is this?" And then he was like, "No, but seriously," and I was like a brother, like little. And then I thought it was giving vibes like he was about to tell me he has feelings for me. Yeah. So I start getting the ick. Like I was like, "Oh my god, that's not." Yeah. What this is, and then all you hear is like, "See, I told you," blah 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 blah. And his girl was hearing, basically called him on my phone and said like, "Let's see it, if whatever." Yeah. And then later on, I was just like, "Hey," he was like, "Yeah," he basically had to ghost me, basically, but wanted to tell me so that I didn't feel any type of way. And I was like, "Oh my god, I totally understand." Like, hope everything is good. There's children involved, all this stuff. But that was, so I technically, he did like announce his ghosting. And then like, we don't, it's love from a distance, but we don't talk anymore because it made
at least he announced it, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's like good. Would you want like your boyfriend to do that to his guy, like girl best friend?
Would you want his boyfriend? No, because really for me, I just feel like in that relationship, it really gave like emotional immaturity.
What do you mean? From like, the girl?
Correct.
But imagine if you're the girlfriend. Are you and him spending a lot of time together?
No. He just made it a point to like come over to our family's Thanksgiving to like see us for a second and then going whatever. I do think what he should have done is reassured her, because there's nothing going, like, genuinely, there's nothing going, like, I'll tell you off camera who it is, you would be like, it would, it would never, I literally never saw him. The only time I thought of him that way was when I thought he was about to ask, and I was like, oh, that's not. No, genuinely is giving, like, incest. I know girls say that, whatever, but it's just not. So I would want to be with a person who, like, reassures me that that's not it. Because I get what you're saying from her point of view, she's just coming in, but this is, I've known him since, like, middle school. This is, like, a
but are you his only girlfriend? I mean, girlfriend, girl space friend. Like a friend, who's a girl?
No, he has other friends that are girls, but what happened was she went through his phone and saw text messages of him, me, and my brother and other friends in their group chat. And she didn't like how he responded to one of my texts or whatever.
Oh, so she, like, already had, like, an inkling.
Yeah. So it was, I get what you're saying, though. Like, reassure, like, I see how it could
multiple friends that are girls, then maybe it's, like, actually, I don't know which is worse. If a guy has, like, one girl best friend or if a guy has, like, multiple girl friends.
I think it's not up to the girl. I think it's up to that guy to reassure, like, bridge the gap.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
By the way, this person, the girl that he was dating at the time, never met me in person, would not meet me. Like, I even said, it was such a headache for him. I was just like, dude, I'm just going to, like, it's not that deep. Like, I'll see you when I see you type of thing. And the only reason why I bothered him kind of because my mom would be asking, like, hey, where's so-and-so? Like, where has he been? Are you? And I'm like, oh, we're good. But, like,
so he has to clarify his ghosting.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm not trying to make it look crazy, but he's no longer with that person anymore. And we were able to, like, connect again. But anyways, so he announced ghosting. Yeah. And I was like, oh, shit, I've actually been ghosting from, like, a guy friend before.
At least it's announced,
And I didn't give him a headache. I was just like, it's cool. Like, I almost getting with the ick of being like, it's literally not that deep. Like, now you're making it more of a thing.
Yeah, but at least it's like, I like that because he's listening to his girl more.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because usually they're like, no, but that's my friend. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're insecure. Like, they, like, turn it on you, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's such, like, I don't know, like, a gray area when it comes to, like, dating.
It is. When I told you, I ran to my brother was like, you need to listen to this. Like, imagine getting a call. It'd be like, happy Thanksgiving, like, whatever. And I'm like, and then he's like, I told you. And I was like, so I guess it's my Thanksgiving morning. Like, I could not make it up.
Front row seat to an argument.
I couldn't. I was like, and I started getting it because, like, I don't want to be involved. I almost was listening in on a really, like, a problem I shouldn't. Like, I was like, I should not be a part of this. Like,
I get what you mean.
It was strange.
That's crazy.
That's a big fear.
We've been ghosted.
Yeah.
Ghosting
don't
sucks.
do it.
Don't do it. Actually, Especially when you're older.
That 21 and under, you could ghost?
I'd say, like.
I think 21 is ancient as well, babes.
I don't think so. Because you're in college. Yeah. Because, like, most people are, like, they're just getting into, like, starting their dating experience. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Not everyone was, like, a problem.
Okay, if your frontal lobe is developed.
Yeah, like, once your shit is developed and you're ghosting
you should know how to communicate.
You're crazy.
And
you know what I mean? But then some people don't know how to take, like, rejection well.
Correct. So I'm saying if it becomes a safety issue, I'm genuinely saying this. Some guys come at you and they don't get that I am not interested. So what else are you supposed to do other than block them or ghost them?
Yeah.
Like, if they're not getting it, how many times am I going to repeat myself?
And
share, like, my boundaries?
Speaking of rejection, do you have a fear of rejection?
Ooh, good.
Because we're talking about fears in relationships.
Should we get into the fears
let's generalize
now?
it, actually. What's your fear in relationship?
In a girl, okay, damn.
Let's go.
Cool. Warm up for a second. We've been warmed up for 18 minutes. Like, yeah, girl.
No, literally, we've been yapping for 18 minutes.
What was the question? Sorry.
Fear in relationships, like, in general.
I would say, like, it getting stale.
Like, boring, like.
And I say that because of who I am.
I get
in the creative world space that we live in the job that I do, like, I really enjoy my job because it's something different every single time.
Yeah.
And if it becomes like, I'm not talking about like what you think the first 2 years is going to be, how it's going to be the whole 30, 40. No, not like that. But I'm saying, like, if we become like bitter and like, because people are human, I see it all the time.
Because you're like unhappy.
Yeah, like that's, and not to like, it's just a reality in our culture. It's just like, there's so many marriages in first gen immigrant families that are not like loving and like, not loving, but just like not romantic, not like date night, not like that's.
But do you think it's
a lot of marriages? They're like roommates.
Yeah, but I don't think they dated the person they loved anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like
fear.
The sad thing with like our families, or like not our families, but like, you know, our culture and like our like the older generation and stuff. They married, like, you know how guys marry whoever is in front of them, like when they're ready to get married and stuff. Because of that, you're not marrying your soulmate. Like only a few of them married the people they loved and everything. You can clearly see that who they loved, like even when they're older or whatever. But I feel like when you put like the society first and like other people's like opinions and approval first, that's why men don't marry like their type and the people they like. Instead, they marry what looks good. Do you know what I mean? Or like what makes them look good and like a good family, like a trophy wife type situation.
Biggest fear.
And they do that a lot. So then after a while, it just like fizzles out. It's like, now we have kids. Now now you're just my roommate. Feel me? But that's why they cheat a lot too. There's a lot of cheaters.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yikes. What's your biggest fear in relationships?
Let me think. Yeah, falling out of love is a big one.
Like, do you see what I'm saying? But do you really understand what I'm saying, though? I want the audience to know, like, it's not like it's going to stay young. Like, the honeymoon phase is not gonna, like, I know the stats. Yeah. I understand. I'm talking about, like, it getting so stale that it's we're not loving anymore. We're not having fun anymore here and there. Because I know life happens. Kids, people get sick. Like, if you're marrying someone in your marriage, you're going to lose your parents. You're going to lose loved ones. Like, it's real stuff happens.
That's my fear.
What?
Losing my soulmate while like our love is like peak love.
Oh my God.
I don't think I can actually get over that. Like I don't think I'm
pray to God we never have to experience that. That's how I know that I love someone, is when I fear of losing them.
Yeah.
I saw TikTok the other day. I was like, and it read me. It was like, I hate that I reference TikTok all the time, but it was like, you know that with friendships too, because we do have a lot of great like female friendships in our life, which we're so lucky to have. But that when you jump from, because we have people pleasing complex, we talk about this off camera, but like the fear of like disappointing them and making them mad, when you level up to just, I don't care if I hurt, like for you, I don't care if I hurt your feelings, we'll get over it.
Yeah.
It's the fact that if I lose you, meaning if something were to happen to you,
exactly.
That's true love.
Yeah. You know, like that's literally how I like know if I love people or not. Because like I have the craziest fear, like a pit in my stomach. Like I'm like, oh my God, what if you die?
What happens when you're like, oh shit,
you're like alive and well, by the way, and I'm crying over here because I'm like, what if they pass away?
Absolutely. Like, you know, this happened so many like 2 times today during our day today when we went shopping. Like, you were like, oh shit, and you looked at your phone and I was like, is everything okay? Like, I don't know why. Worst. Yeah. Everything else can be worked out. But when you lose a loved one or someone's ill, it's just like,
but yeah, no,
that is a big fear.
That's my
spooky.
Fear. Like, I'm in love, whatever. Like, imagine like the peaks honeymoon phase. Like you're in love, absolutely like over the moon, and something happens and he passed away.
I won't be.
Yeah.
Take me with him. I'm done.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's.
You know that one question that I asked, like, oh, would you rather like have a soulmate that he dies after a year or like 2 years, or just like a bland like love, like, but you guys are like compatible, whatever, but like you guys live until you die together, but you'll never feel the greatest love ever in your life.
But do I know? That I will never, like, do I know that like there's better out there, but I'm choosing this, or this is just all I know?
That's your soulmate. Like that's the greatest love ever.
No, I'm saying the other one. I'm saying the other one like,
is like, no, you're happy, you're content.
You're content, but do I know that there's better out there?
Yeah, no, you know, deep down in your heart that that's not your soulmate, or deep down in your heart, you know, like this is not like.
And what was my answer?
You chose the other guy, so you don't want to lose your loved one.
Wait, what did I choose?
The guy that you guys would live together until both of y'all die.
And content, we're good to go?
Content, good to go.
Gotcha. What'd you pick?
The soulmate that passed away.
Dang.
Even like I feel like even though it's my fear, I can't have like okay love.
Correct. And our faith too. Like it is different. Yeah, that's just my biggest fear. Yeah, spooky, ooky. Okay, what other fears? I was like, let's get away from this topic. Right, we're getting scared.
Yeah, literally. Well, okay, let me just choose like an irrational, just like little.
Okay, are we still doing relationships?
Do you have one?
How do you feel about like the fear of like him being unfaithful? Like we talk about cheating on this podcast sometimes.
Yeah. I don't think
like so I do have a fear of, and this is probably why I don't put myself out there a lot, Being heartbroken. So there's heartbroken like he's no longer here. That's like a different, that's like max.
Yeah.
But heartbroken like he was unfaithful.
Yeah.
Or anything where he crossed your boundary, whatever that is.
I do have that fear, but it's like, for me, it's like I have the fear of like vulnerability and intimacy. Where if I'm like, so like imagine like, because it takes like trust and like being like open and stuff. Imagine doing that is for a stupid boy that's not supposed to be, that's not your soulmate.
Stupid
Do you
boy.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would piss me off, but I don't think it would be a fear, I guess. That's like a rational fear. Yeah, it's a rational fear because technically you have to be vulnerable for anything. So I guess it's deemed as a rational fear. I don't want it's very rational. Damn.
Come on.
Literally. But yeah, cheating is a crazy thing though.
Like that's the, like,
yeah, that's just
anytime we hear people split, the first thing the audience says is, did he cheat or did she cheat earlier? You know, exactly. It can even be worse. There's worse. Yeah. There's many worse things, but that's where people go.
Yeah, you could have left.
My fear. There's a fear of being heartbroken for sure. Like that, I think that's everyone though.
You think you can like mend your broken heart, I guess, or like you can't get better from it
and stay with that person?
No, not with that person. Like let's say like you guys are together or whatever, not together anymore. Do you think you're gonna be like? Is your fear? Is it because you don't think you can just get back to where you are?
No, I genuinely
or like
fear the actual heartbrokenness.
Oh, the feeling,
like the actual pain.
Oh, okay.
Of just like had like, and really it's because I've had a front row seat to a lot of my friends' family where it's just like I'm an empath, so it's almost like I've gone through it with them almost, and I'm like, oh my, like. Too. No, but really, like, girlfriends on this couch just be like sobbing. I'm like, oh my, I am so sorry. Like, it's like, it's really heartbreaking. I'm just like, dang.
I don't think any of my friends are heartbroken.
Yeah, girl, you
that
guys
says a lot. Oh my God.
You guys are, because none of you guys get close to literally anyone.
Literally. I
Name one of you guys who's had a boyfriend or like
when you're saying someone's like sitting here sobbing, I don't think anyone has sobbed. We have a little like, you know, fuck, he's pissing me off type of little tears.
But like mighty inconvenient.
Sob. Yeah, like I cry because I'm being like inconvenienced by a man.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone has like, I haven't like, what's it called? They haven't been heartbroken and I wasn't there to witness it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it also, you have to be vulnerable enough to share that with your friend also and then go through it. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you could just cry in your shower, but you could also,
Yeah.
What are your other fears? Relationships or just like in general?
What's my other in general fear?
I mean, there's
living like a bland life, like a life that's not mine. Like
yikes, we talk a lot
like
about
your
that
goal because we're very like goal focused and stuff like that. Like if when you're just like at some point, when people say like, yeah, like I want it to be something, and then work, and then this got in the way, and then this, and then like after a while, like they realize that they're just not living their life, but it's too late to go back. That's my biggest fear, actually. Like, that's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Like, I don't know what I'd do. Honestly, I'd still, like, try
it would happen, because, it's up to you to, you know what I mean?
It's up to you to do it.
And you're doing it, But I don't blame those people.
There's no spark with them anymore. Do you know what I mean? They're like, it's too late to even do it. Yeah.
And it's not, I really think it's literally never too late.
Yeah.
But I always like that one, I saw this one thing on the internet that was like, Alexander Wang started at whatever, J.K. Rowling started at 40, whatever. It never looks like what it looks like, but that is like just to live a life that's not your own, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Which also goes into like, because a lot of people do what society tells them to do, whether it's the job, the marriage, the kids,
exactly,
the city they're in, whatever. And it's like, man, you could really unlock something very special and beautiful if you just do what like your talent or what you want to do. Yeah.
But that's my biggest fear.
I always think about that when it comes to like all these jobs are impressive, but like when you see your, like, I want to ask like the postmail person, like, hey, what are your, like, I've never met someone who's like, my dream is to be a postman person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a mailman, sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I want to ask him like, is he a dancer? Is he like, I don't know, a rapper? Like what is his talent?
But are you doing it too? I think that's why I love New York so much, because New York is like your job is just a tool for you to literally pay rent and stuff like that. But everybody, like, let's say if you ask the postman person in New York, they're probably a rapper or something.
Correct. They're just a little cute moment.
Yeah, and then they're actually actively doing it. Do you know what
I love
mean?
New York in that way too.
But here, like, it's like posting art, just posting.
Yeah, that's it. And they're good.
Or you like everybody obviously like has a dream, but like most people here don't actually go to like for it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a lot of things that's like stopping you too. So it's not like they probably like didn't want to, but I feel like New York makes it feel so much like optimistic because literally your job is just
we thrive in New
I
York.
love
Literally,
New York so
I feel so like
God.
everyone here. Yeah,
Literally. Yeah.
Earlier when you mentioned like those people who do just do the job, which we of course we respect, but I also think like I'm fearful of like falling to the not trap, but like there are certain things that both that you and I are good at. Isn't necessarily our passion. No, we just happen to be good at it. So then people fall into that trap of like, well, this is comfortable and like I do well with my team. My team loves what I do, whatever. And they just keep doing that and working up the corporate ladder. It's like, you could be an amazing accountant, but is that it might be, but if that your dream, no, you probably want to be an artist or being whatever.
Stuck. Yeah. Being a lot of people. Oh my God, there's a TikTok. Why do we get all our information from TikTok?
We sound like the dumbest girls
literally,
ever.
But what's it called? It was saying like you have like multiple zones. It's like your genius zone, your something zone, like adequate or whatever. And a lot of people get stuck in like the okay zone basically, because that's something that you're good at doing. You don't feel anything, like it's not like your zone, but like you're just like okay. And a lot of people get stuck with that because like let's say the same thing you said, like with accounting and you're getting money off it, you just stay there, but it's not fulfilling at all. But then when your passion and your skills meet, that's like your genius zone.
Ooh,
so a lot of people don't go to the genius zone because at least, I don't know, maybe like it require like maybe a sacrifice.
Correct.
Or
yeah. A pay cut, whatever.
Exactly. So a lot of people avoid that. And that's my fear too. If I'm just like okay in something and I'm just like, imagine that you just realize it's too late to go back. Yikes. Just realizing it's too late is just literally my biggest fear.
Yeah. Yikes.
How about you?
I'm convinced that everyone is actually an artist at heart. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I finally unlocked that in myself. So I'm just like,
girl, we need them doctors. Don't tell people this. we need the doctors, engineers. We need our bridges built. Like
that. But here's the thing is that like when I work with an orthodontist, he explained to me that the way he structured teeth is actually art. Like the way.
Yeah.
It's like in a way, like a doctor who can really envision a heart and how to put it back together or whatever is actually art.
There's art in everything.
Low key, there's art in everything.
But I love when people are like fascinated with what they do. Like you can tell when they it's things they do. Like even math. Like when people are so obsessed with math, their numbers. Like people who just know that's like something's their thing. I just love that so much.
I love it down. And I want to breathe life into them. Like, keep doing that, whatever it is.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. I wish everyone was just like, we all did this. And we're like,
I'm really hoping that that's what this podcast does. It's like,
I hope
we're on that journey too. Of
exactly.
Figuring
or at least like inspiring people to just like,
just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like I think like when people realize the journey's way better than just really the destination. Cause I feel like that's where like people lose it. Is like the destination. Okay. You want to be like, let's say even content, whatever, famous, rich, whatever, like those are the little like key for like their success.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, if I'm not going to get there, I'd rather just take the back roads and just get a job, the corporate job that pays me well, whatever, so I can get the money. And then maybe I might be happy, but that's not the route for like your happiness.
Correct.
It's supposed to be while like you're literally broke and you're meeting people and you're connecting.
I've told you in our last episode
stuff like that.
I think I said in the last episode, we're living our dream right now, Melly.
Yeah,
we really
literally.
Are.
That's why I'm like, I love it now. It's like weight lifted off your shoulder.
Correct.
Because I don't have like that. Like, oh wait, do you have a fear of failure as well?
Am I Habesha?
Literally.
Am I Ethiopian?
But, yeah, like it kind of changed. I'm like, oh, you're technically not even failing because you're growing every day.
The only failure I think is not starting or not trying.
Exactly.
True. It sounds so corny, but as I'm getting older, the corny stuff or the cliche stuff rings.
It's so
real. Like, listen, literally. I don't know, probably came from the Bible, but seriously,
no, honestly,
listen to that. Yeah. Like, because before I started a podcast or did content creating, it would be like a gray cloud over my head almost of just like, okay, maybe I'll start next year. Or I would always say like, this needs to be perfect. I need to get this. But like doing it now, it's still work.
Oh,
like,
for
it's
sure.
still a lot of work.
Yeah.
But we are living our dream right now. And I hope we can stay in the present moment.
And I love that if you just like, we can just go back to episode 62, 63 and just see what we were doing. Like, I just love that.
So speaking of fear of failure, what is that? Where do you think that stems for you?
For me, I feel like it's like the standards I've set for myself, not like outside, like outside voices. Before it used to be like that.
Yeah.
Before it used to be like fear of like not pleasing like your family or like your family's disapproval or whatever. But then after college and after like I just literally said, all right, girl, like just deal with it. Like I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Like after that, now it's like the fear of not realizing like the dream that I have in my head. Like I have to make it a reality. Like it's a must. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like that's even worse because like everything's truly totally up to me. But in reality, it's not really up to me. It's up to God. But like, I feel like I have to do it. Like there's no one else holding me back. Do you know what I mean? At least with everything else, like when it comes to like, when my fear is external, it's like they're the ones that are like giving me the, you know, like the scolding or whatever. But now that like our life, our dream is genuinely in my hand, it's like, it's much more scarier. I don't know why. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real.
But yeah, I think it's like that. And like now that we're like creatives, we're going through like our own like dreams and goals. It's like your inner child. Like you're trying to fulfill like the life that your inner child or whatever was
I'm
like
trying to help that 6-year-old grow out.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just like now it's like I cannot fail at all because of that. Do you know what I mean? How about
you? For me, you said more it was internal. For me, it was all external. Like,
really?
Yeah, just just like I just wanted my parents' love, and I just want to like have their attention and like make my parents proud and happy, and my family too, because it does feel. I don't care who said, like, it does feel good for when your parents are proud of you.
Proud of you, yeah.
And then I got to a point where I was just like, I've talked about it before, but I was just like genuinely like so unhappy. You would have never told. At this point, I should be an actress, honestly, because like I ate y'all up.
Yeah,
like y'all believed me,
right?
And then it was a realization of, I think that's what the beautiful thing of college is. Like you're alone a lot, you're not under parent supervision or whatever, and you just realize like, oh wow, like I had that moment I'll never forget. I was like, oh my God, like my life is up to me and God, of course, but my life is up to me.
Yeah, but
then also like, oh my God, my life is up to me. Right, like it's a combination
thing
where it's fearful, but then you're like, no, this is exciting. Because growing up, don't recommend it. Adulthood is ghetto AF.
Oh, for sure.
But I think there's like, first of all, it's a privileged conversation to be able to like take ownership of like our dreams and our goals and like what we want to do as women, for sure.
Very.
But it was a sick realization of be like, oh my, like I could choose to have a podcast and like do content. I could choose to try to get this job or do, you know what I mean? Before, because I only lived for other people before. And I know a lot of first gens can relate to that. And how much like, it's not even happiness, it's peace of like, I'm really doing me. And I'm sure you could tell that like, I'm focused on me, my mental health, my physical health, all that. You can't tell me. Now it's like a problem. Like you can't tell me nothing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think it's like now you're living what you like want to do. You're doing what you want to do.
I didn't know that it was going to feel this good before, because it's just, it's like, because you're 21 and you've never figured out how to live on your own or have bills on your own. So you're like, oh my God, how do I do this? And I forget that like, I'm not going to have these same struggles that my parents did because they worked so hard. So I didn't have those struggles. So I was fearful of their struggles of like, I'm genuinely, when I was younger, I thought like paying your bills, car notes, all that was like such a big girl thing. Yeah. It's actually not. It's money management.
Think it's a big girl thing.
It's money management. I mean, yeah, there's definitely like a learning curve I had, but like you figure it out. Is what I'm saying is like you always figure it out. Yeah. And it was more so like trusting myself rather than being like, oh my God, this big thing. Like, girl, before I had this job, traveling, if you told me I was in 2-3 cities a week, I would be like, I'm stressed the F out. Like, I can't, girl, you're fine. You'll figure it out. Yeah.
That's
like,
the beauty
you do figure it out.
You just do figure it out.
Yeah.
But I do want to add another fear kind of tied to fear of like,
I love how we're just like trauma
dumping and stuff. This is literally turning into a trauma dump. But for me, it's like, even though I don't want to live a life where like I'm not like truly myself or whatever. Like I don't want to live a life where it's just like my goal is just like to make my parents proud when it comes to like their standards of like whatever, like success or whatever. My fear of failure is when I am successful and family not being there to reap the benefits of it. Because that's my biggest failure.
I literally might cry.
Like you don't understand. Me too. I've never talked about it without crying, because I'm like, imagine like you do all this to make it, you make it. And the people that you're doing this for aren't there. I'm
trying not to blink so I don't cry.
Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, that is terrifying to me. Like, I'm actually
me finally crying on the Halloween episode. It's
no,
crazy.
Cry. But no, like, this is like my biggest fear.
Oh my God, that is that nailed everything we went over. Everything is trumped by it.
Yeah, like that's my absolute biggest fear. And I literally pray like, oh my God, in Jesus' name. But yeah, like I genuinely, I don't know what I would do.
Because for me, really, my mom actually speaks about that. That when she finally like came to this country and like figured out her business and was successful, that her mom passed away before she like really saw it all. Like, you know what I mean? Like me graduating high school or like getting my first like it really, my mom was just like, it would have been nice. I always tell like, but mommy, she's with you. Like she's with you, but she's like, it would have been nice if she was here to like see it all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like things like that. And even like Megan Thee Stallion, like her mom.
What happened with her?
Her mom passed away like the second like her shit was when she blew up. Her mom passed away. And she wanted to become a rapper because of her mom. She grew up looking at her mom, like seeing her mom. And
it's like, I think of that with Kanye and his mom.
Exactly. Like things like that. No, like I'm actually like fighting tears. Like,
girl, I'm like trying not to blink.
Yeah, but no, like
because we want to be successful so bad, but it does not mean anything unless I'm able to throw it and give back to my family.
Like my version of success is my version. Like that's the only thing that I'm like not compromising, but like I'm not compromising on. Like let's say if my parents like they would deem me as successful if I became a doctor, right? I don't care about that. So like that's not it. But like let's say in whatever way it is. I'm successful and I'm, you know, like when you're like young, I'm like, oh, I want to buy my mom a house. I want to do this to that. Da-da.
There should be at your wedding. They should like all these milestones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if like when you're capable of doing that, when I'm able to buy my mom a house and do that and them not being there, I just don't know. Like I actually would just
Melly, when I say everything we just went over for 41 minutes does not matter anymore, that is my biggest fear. Yeah. Rejection. That is my biggest fear.
Exactly. But I feel like I'm trying to train myself because I have this issue where like if it's not big, it's either go big or go home. Like
for sure,
either I'm buying you the house or I'm not buying you shit.
Are we in the trenches?
I'm not buying you shit. But it's like if you buy, like you know, if you do little things that you can at the moment for your parents, I feel like at least you'd feel fulfilled because like you're helping them out in any way you can. So there's that way where you can like soothe your like fear a little bit. Like, okay, like I can just do something. You're
in my head. Yeah, I won't say what exactly I've done because I don't want, but like I've done something special to my mom where I pulled up to a very luxurious store and I said, pick whatever one you want. Yeah. And she was like, and like I was so, and like spent a couple bands. Like it was not cheap, but it was like she's always dreamed of having this particular thing. And I got it for her. Cute, and that was my version of a house right now because I can't get her a house or a car right now.
Exactly.
So like doing whatever you can, you're right.
So I'm trying to like force myself into doing that or like even like spending quality time.
Yes, you talk about that. Like not having enough time. Like I could have spent more time with them.
You don't understand. Like when I get home or whatever, it's like I have to hug you a little extra tight now because I'm like I have the like fear of like, what if today or tomorrow is the day?
Correct.
Where you're gone.
You just never know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like fear of like losing your loved ones.
Yeah. Like not out of all the episodes. Out of all Halloween the episode we're crying.
Halloween is terrifying me. Like
no, but you really ate with that. Like I feel seen when you said that, honestly, and probably a lot of people do. Because I really kept it in here for the longest time because sometimes I think about a loved one passing away maybe daily. Not to manifest or anything like that because I obviously don't want that. But it's just my biggest fear.
Literally daily.
Of just like loved ones like, it just.
Oh my God. Have you watched When in Time or We Live in a
I'm
Time?
fearful to watch. Like speaking of fears, like because I'm just like, I can't.
Like the new movie?
Yes.
Yeah, babes. Like I'm not going to lie. If you haven't watched it, guys, watch it. It was like. I've cried like in theaters, like in movies, whatever. Watching,
you're like I've a little razzle dazzle.
It was a little razzle dazzle. It was so heavy, like it was in my heart, like it a neck like, and I've never left the theater still crying. And my friend was just like, okay, like I cried too, but it's never that deep. And I'm like, the whole concept was like dying, like she's dying, the person.
Yeah,
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't, but it's okay.
Okay, the person's dying. That's it. But it's not even like there's no plot or whatever. It's just how the movie just goes. Like it was just so
Should
insane.
I go watch it or no?
You have to watch it.
Okay.
And please call me literally when you're done.
Okay.
I just want to talk to you about it. But it was just so heavy. Like the whole night I was like, and like it's just weighing on my heart after. Because that's literally what I think of every day. Of like, death or like losing a loved one or whatever. But yeah, it's insane.
And that's probably another reason why I don't get close to people is because, but why would I want to add another opportunity to be hurt? As far as like, if I lose you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, because I really think everything else can be worked out, but losing, it's just like, dang, like.
Exactly.
So I tell my parents are a big one. Like, as of right now, to date, my biggest love in my life are my parents and my siblings.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, thinking, so, like, I've said this before, literally, we grind so hard because I'm not like, oh, by 30, I want to be married. It's not because of that. I'm trying to beat my parents' clock, which sounds so morbid. Yeah. But a lot of people can relate to that. Because you just see how hard they work. Like, you know what I mean?
Literally, yeah. I think, like, after that, my second fear might be, like, being like a bad sister or like a bad
you
mom,
could never be that
mom or something. Oh, I hope so.
You could never. I could never imagine that. You like, adore your siblings.
Have like a fear of like, you know, like being a bad mom or a sister or sibling or whatever. Like, fuck, like, you know, that
never me.
Simply can't. Yeah, but honestly, there's so much things like. I know we sound morbid, and I know we sound like we're just like
we talk about this is the Halloween
like
fear.
We sound like
it ended very
like scared and everything, but like.
But that's genuinely your
why,
fear.
Like, faith plays a big role in my life, too, because with all this shit, like, it's like a storm cloud or whatever, like, on top of your head, but it's like, at least it's like, okay, you get the day. God gives you this day, or, like, God is keeping them. Do you know what I mean? Like, my faith kind of, like, trumps my fear, so I'm able to live another day.
Mental health,
but everything else is just, like, so consuming.
Oh, right now, let's say we were to cut these cameras off, and I would spiral. I genuinely would. I'm just human. Exactly. You would spiral and think, okay, whereas that would be like, I can't live my life every time my parents leave their home. Something's going to happen. I cannot leave. I would not be able to work.
And
I
we have, like, no control over it. But thank God we have a living God that has control over everything. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I literally am like, okay, like, I know I can't, but you can. So let me just talk to you about it.
Yeah, I can't control it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So prayer has helped a lot. But before...
all of it helps.
Exactly. But
before I knew him, I would spiral.
It was hell.
I would spiral, yeah.
But yeah, I guess, like, let's lighten up the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
So faith literally helps everything, guys.
Trumps fear. I know this episode is about fear. Trumps fear.
Let's end it that way.
Yeah,
actually.
amen.
Faith over fear. Everybody say amen in the motherfucking comments.
Yes. And on that note, thank you guys. Happy Halloween again.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Thank you so much for watching, listening, viewing, subscribing. I literally cannot believe the Halloween episode is where we actually shed a tear. Like,
literally,
who are we?
All the episodes, but honestly, we just had to talk about family and fear.
Yeah,
the
literally.
2 F's and that's it. And faith.
Yeah.
3 F's. Oh my God.
Right.
Period. But yeah.
Thank you so much for everyone who's listening, watching, viewing, subscribing, commenting.
Yeah, like, follow. Post notifications on.
Please do.
Comment down below. Engage with us. We definitely want to know what your fears are, what you're rational or irrational. If you want to be like vulnerable, go ahead and let us know so we can have a
connect
conversation.
with us, please, because we got vulnerable in this epi.
Exactly. We almost cried, guys.
No,
we actually did cry
like
this.
But I said concealer.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, love y'all. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye, guys.